This is the result you get when you crochet regular single crochet stitches. Did nothing special for the color changes. I just switched colors and kept crocheting. I yarn under for the record. And as you can see, you get a line that is not very neat. So what people usually do is they add in an extra round of slip stitches and then they crochet the actual round in the back loops. But that's not always ideal because, well, you have more work. So if you do 2 stripes, you actually have to round 4 extra rounds of slip stitches. That ends up having an effect on the height or the length of your plushie. Sometimes it's not as pretty because depending on the yarn, you get those visible front loops that you left since you're crocheting only on the back loops. And well, it's more work because you have to make more rounds. So I'm going to show you a very simple way you can fix this without having to add extra rounds. And this is the result you get. So if we compare the stripes, as you can see, the edges don't look the same at all, and I do not have any extra rounds here to make this happen. So let's get to it. So in order to get this result, we are simply going to change the way we make our single crochets. Instead of crocheting in the loops, front and back loops of the previous stitches like we usually do, we are going to make front post single crochets, which means that we are going to crochet around the post, the body of the stitch, not in the loops. Each stitch that you have here, you insert your hook before and after the post of the stitch. You pull up a loop and you finish the stitch. For the next stitch, you start where you ended the previous stitch. So I insert my hook here and I pull out on the other side of the stitch, pull up a loop and finish the stitch. And see, I'm not inserting my hook vertically through the loops. I am doing it horizontally around the post of the stitch. And already you can see that the result is not the same. You don't get those sharp lines because you are actually working horizontally. And you do this all around. Keep counting your stitches. You should have the same amount of stitches in the end. And this you do every time you have to use a new color. So you get clean edges. It's a little weird at first and it requires like some thinking, but once you get the hang of it, it just flows naturally and it's just as easy as making a regular single crochet stitch. You don't have to add anything else to the pattern and you're gonna get good results, which is the most important thing. Easy and pretty. I actually have to make 2 rounds in black, so for the second round I am going to make regular single crochet stitches. You don't have to keep making the front post stitches. These are just for when we have to switch colors. There you go. Now I'm supposed to go back to my main color. And so for the first round of the main color, I am going to do the exact same thing and work in front post stitches. So remember, you start working around the body of the stitch. Horizontally, you do not use your loops. And now for my next round, I can go back to crocheting using the loops of the stitches. And as you can see, we get much cleaner edges by making these front post stitches. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you have questions, and if you would like for me to share this chunky bee pattern, I can also do that and prep a little tutorial if you're interested. It's a pretty basic pattern that you can find pretty much anywhere. But if you would like to know how I make mine, let me know in the comments and I will work on that for you. Have an awesome day, and thank you for watching.